not a trophy hunter. I want to thank this bear for his life. I'm going to respect this animal. I'm going to use every last bit of him. His meat's going to feed my family. It's been quite the day. I got one more load down there, just my gear. There's the hide and the head. This massive 55-liter cooler is filled with meat. There's no more room to close it. He was a big boy. Just taking all this bear fat off. There's a ton of it. Like I said, we're gonna render it all down. We already took all this fat off. That's just off this one leg. It's a lot of fat there. Bear fat. This is how to render bear fat, a MeatEater's white gold. If you haven't checked out my spring bear hunt videos yet, we'll leave the links to those in the description. This fat did come from my 2021 spring bear, so check them out. Hello my Renaissance men and women. Today we're gonna do a video on how to cook bear grease, bear oil, bear fat, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna show you how to render it down and make some nice bear grease we're gonna put in this jar here. I got this big old bag of bear fat from my spring bear. It's still kind of semi-frozen, half frozen. That's the way you want it. It's the easiest way to cube it up. First things first, we're just gonna grab a piece. We want to get all this meat off. There's still a bit of meat there. I made a batch earlier in the year. It still had little chunks of meat in it, but you can really taste that meat. So we want to get all that out of this batch. I want to make a cleaner batch this time. I'm not gonna bore you with cutting all this out. But that looks like about it for this one. We'll throw that in the fire. So now we're just gonna kind of cube it. All right, we got it all diced up there. Now we're just gonna add it to our fiery hot cast iron pan. So it's looking good here. You can tell like this pan was filled with fat, and now you can see how much that's rendered down. There's just a few tiny pieces in there. They all shrink right up. Got some nice looking bear oil here. It's looking real good. It's a few more minutes and then this batch will be done, and then we'll do another batch. If you guys like pork rinds, wait till these are done. All right, this is the part we've been waiting for. It's slightly overdone, but it'll still be good.
It's the way you like. Extra crispy.
Okay, we got some lemon pepper here. Our next batch we will definitely pull off a tad sooner. It's still cooling. You really want it to cool off, and the crispier it's gonna get. Best thing about these are lean. They're more lean and healthy for you than pork fat. This is bear fat. Bear fat's it's known as white gold, this oil here. Once we get done, we'll show you. Look at this. Crunchy. Deliciousness. Okay, as you can see, me and Monique destroyed those. They are gone. Took us about 1 minute to eat all those. We just couldn't stop. Normally you'd use cheesecloth here to strain this, but I don't have any. All I have is paper towel, so I'm just gonna use what I have. This stuff is gold here, folks.
It's the RenaissanceMan family eating breakfast. Beer, no alcohol for me for now. And beer.
This little kid eats bear for breakfast. Is that right, Thomo? How's that fried bear fat? Fried and bear fat. There it is. We're gonna filter it a bit more when we get home. I probably would suggest not to cook bear fat over an open fire just because you can't control the heat. It does need to be on a controlled heat. This still looks pretty good. Bear grease, as I call it, a MeatEater's white gold, has a long history. Go search it up for yourself. I'll give you a few facts right here. Bear grease has been known to stimulate hair growth. So for all you guys that are balding, you can rub a bit of the bear grease onto your bald head and it will hopefully stimulate some growth for you there. Bear grease is a great moisturizer. It's great for if you have like bongo drums and stuff like that made from natural hides. It's great to rub your hides down with. It'll keep them fresh. It's good for any leather, your leather boots, leather jacket. It's a great leather moisturizer. It's amazing for the skin. It heals many rashes, sunburns, skin irritation, itching, flaking, and dry skin. It heals them all. Helps fight inflammation, helps moisturize the skin and regenerate the skin cells. For pain, it will help relieve your pain, reduce stiffness and swelling. Great for arthritis, growing pains, headaches, back pain, carpal tunnel, leg and menstrual cramps, muscle stiffness, tendonitis, sore joints from pre and post exercising. Then you move on to the cooking. Bear grease can be used for all types of cooking. It's highly recommended to use for pastries. It's great for frying your meats in, making bread, whatever else. I cook with bear fat all the time. I always got a jar in the fridge. Another great thing with bear fat is it keeps for so much longer than your pork lard that you'd be using. One jar of bear fat will last over a year, and that's on your counter, on your shelf, like not even refrigerated. If you put it in your fridge or your freezer, this stuff's gonna last for years. So just right on your shelf, it's gonna last over a year. Good luck doing that with pork fat. Again, with the leather, you can use it to help waterproof your leather boots, your leather clothes. Also, the Native American Indians, they would use it a lot on their knives and stuff to prevent them from rusting. That's why I consider the stuff a MeatEater's white gold. This stuff is amazing. If you guys are hunting and you're not hunting the black bears that you can be, I would get out there. Black bears they're a great tasting animal. A lot of people don't like hunting black bear. I'm not sure why. It's probably one of my favorite hunts to go on. The spring bear and fall bear hunts. There's just so many things you can do with the bear fat and the hides. And I keep every part of my animal that I keep. I'll leave a couple of scraps of the backbone for nature to enjoy. But other than that, I keep everything and use everything on my animals that I hunt. So respect all animals out in nature. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you learned a little something from it about rendering bear fat and some of bear fat's uses. It's white gold, baby. Cheers for now. Stay tuned for the next one.